Good morning. Good morning, all of you. Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, good morning. Now we are going to study about grouping continuous data. Last day we have described that there are two types of frequency distribution table. First one is there are two types of frequency distribution table. First one,
Discrete
frequency distribution, and second one, continuous frequency distribution. And for finding discrete frequency preparing or constructing discrete frequency distribution table, we need to write the items on the first column, then put tally marks. After that frequency we will write. Okay, next we are going to study about grouped frequency distribution. Okay, very important it is. So write next heading as grouped frequency distribution. Grouped frequency distribution. Grouped frequency distribution. All of you take page 72 of your textbook. Page 72. Page 72. Page 72, you can see section 5.3 grouping data. Did you see that heading, grouping data?
Yes, ma'am.
Section 5.3. Do you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Under that, you can see for an example, after 5 lines, you can see an example. Consider the following marks obtained by 60 students in class 8. Children, did you see that example? Page 72. Page 72 under grouping data 5.3.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can see an example. There are marks obtained by some children are given. Marks obtained by 60 children are given. Okay, the marks are 21, 10, 30, 12, 22, 33, 5, 37, etc. Marks of 60 students are given. Suppose we are going to prepare a discrete frequency distribution data on according to this question. What we have to write? What is the least mark? Children, which is the least mark? Which one is the least
7.
number? 10. And highest mark?
7, right?
Highest mark is 50. So from 10 to 50 in between, there are so many marks. So you have to write all these marks in first column. Then we need to put tally marks, then frequency. So it is very difficult to write. The table will be so lengthy. Yes.
Ma'am, as you said, 10 is the least one. There's a 7 also.
7 also there.
Also
is there?
Where is 7?
Yes, ma'am, at last.
Now 5 also there. 5 also there. After 33. 5 also. 5 is the least number, I think, isn't it? Okay. So anyway, from 5 to 50, we need to write so many numbers so that our frequency distribution table will be too lengthy, isn't it? So what we will do, instead of writing all the marks, we will write only a few groups. We will group the given marks. We will group the marks into some groups, and we will write only those groups we will write. I will give an example. Okay, so our least value is least mark. Least mark is 5.
We want to write.
No. Wait. Least mark is 5 and highest mark is, or maximum mark is 50. First of all, you have to find the least value. Here it is mark. least mark and highest mark. Okay, now we are going to divide the marks between this 5 and 50 into some groups. We are going to divide the marks between 5 and 50 into some groups, so that all other marks will contain in this mark in this groups. Okay, all other marks will include in some of these groups. Okay, so I'll give an example. First one will be 0 to 10. 0 to 10. It will we can read it as 0 to 10. So there is a group which contain all the marks between 0 to page number 72, between 0 to 10. Then next is 10 to 20. See, grouped frequency distribution, or also we can call it continuous frequency distribution. That name also there. Yesterday we wrote two types of frequency distribution: discrete and grouped frequency distribution, or continuous frequency distribution. Both the way we can say. So 0 to 10 is the first group. Second group is 10 to 20. Where we stop, from there you have to start the next group. Okay. So what will be the next group? 0 to 30. 20 to 30.
20
Next
to 30.
we 20 to 30. We stopped at 20. The second group we stopped at 20. So we are starting the third group from 20 to 30. Next group will be
30 to
40 to 40.
30 to 40. Then
40
to 50.
40 to 50. Then
Ma'am, is saying that he can't hear anything.
Then 40 to 50. Then
50 to 60.
Then
50 to 60.
50 to 60. We need that. Jonal.
Ma'am, that's all.
Ma'am, we don't want this answer.
Huh?
Ma'am, you don't need any more. Okay, you pass.
Yes, you don't need any more, because our maximum mark is 50. Okay, we don't want any more classes. We have only 0 to the marks in between 0 to 50 only. Actually, it is the least one is 5. But still we are including 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Okay. And these groups are called classes. Classes, each class. First class, here it is 0 to 10 is a class. Okay, these groups are called classes. The first class is 0 to 10. Second class is 10 to 20. Third one is 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and 40 to 50. Okay, and this 0 is known as lower class limit. Lower class limit. This class has two limits. One is 0, other one is 10. Okay, and 0 is known as lower class limit, and 10 is known as upper class limit. Upper class limit. 0 is known as lower class limit, and 10 is known as upper class limit. And there is a difference between this upper class limit and lower class limit. How much it is? What is the difference between upper class limit and lower class limit? What is the difference for each? Difference between upper class limit, and all these are upper classes and these are lower classes. What's the difference between all these?
Lower classes are lesser than the upper class.
Okay, lower class are less than upper class. Okay, but my question is, what is the difference between them?
10.
Huh? 10. See, 10 minus subtract 10 minus 0, 10. 20 minus 10, 10. 30 minus 20, 10. 40 minus 30, 10. 50 minus 40, 10. The difference between each class is equal and it is equal to 10. The difference between each class are equal. Here, all the differences are equal and it is equal to 10. And this is known as width of the class. Width of the class. Width of the class, or we can call it size of the class. Size of the class. Okay. So after that, we will put tally marks and frequency that I will explain. So first of all, listen all of you. First of all, for making, preparing or constructing a continuous frequency distribution table or a grouped frequency distribution table, both are same. Continuous frequency distribution table or grouped frequency distribution table. What you have to do first? First of all, find out which is the least observation, least value in the given data, also the highest value in the given data, whether it is mark, weight, height, anything. Find out the least value and highest value, and divide the given observations. Okay, divide the given observations into some groups.
Ma'am, I understand the continuous frequency distribution.
I'm explaining that. Listen to my class. Listen to my class. I'm explaining. I'm saying the same thing. Okay. So first of all, find out the least value and highest value. In the given question, these are the marks obtained by 60 students of a class. And some of them got mark as 5. So the least mark is 5. And the highest mark 50. So in between this 5 and 50, there are so many marks. So what we are going to do, we are going to prepare classes. We are going to prepare classes. Classes means they are the groups. And in each mark will contained in some of these classes, groups. Now afterwards, I'm not using the term group. Actually, it is classes. So I'm forming classes 0 to 10 that we can choose, or you can choose 0 to 5 also. You can choose 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15. This way also you can prepare the classes. That the width of the class you can choose. Width means the difference between the highest value in the class and least value in the class. That difference you can choose. Here I took 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, so on. So I have chosen the class width, the difference between the two limits, two numbers are 10. Okay, or you can choose 0 to 5, 5 to 15. So what is the class width then? If the classes are 0 to 5, 5 to 15, then what will be the class width? 5. Huh? Class width will be, that is the difference between upper class and lower class. What is the difference between upper class and lower class? If this is the groups, classes, what is the difference? 5. 15 minus, sorry, 5 to 10, sorry. 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, etc. So 0 to 5 is a class. 5 to 10, next class. So class width is, children? Class width,
5.
Class width is 5. And in this second class, what is the lower limit?
5.
Lower limit is 5. Upper limit?
10.
Upper limit is 10. So I have discussed only 3 topics. That is class width, lower limit, upper limit. Class width, lower limit, and upper limit. Class is the groups that we are forming Okay, to get a class, all the given values we are forming some groups, and in which all the given values must include in these groups. Those groups are known as classes. In the given data, all the values must include in some of the groups, so that we are making some groups. These groups are known as classes. Okay, and the lower number, the least number of each class is known as lower limit, and the highest number in each class is known as upper limit. The difference between lower limit and upper limit, or difference between upper limit and lower limit, is known as class width. Class width, lower limit, upper limit. Is it clear, these 4 points?
Yes.
Class width, lower limit, and upper limit. Okay, so right. This class is also called class interval also. There are so many words to represent 5 to 10. 5 to 10 you can call class or class interval. Okay, I will write all that. Okay, take your note, start writing. First of all, give the heading as grouped frequency distribution or continuous frequency distribution. I think you have written that heading, isn't it? Grouped frequency distribution or continuous frequency distribution. Okay. In this type of representation of, in this type of representation,
Ma'am, we have written some lines about this. So after that, we have to continue this one.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we already wrote some sentences about this.
what did you write?
If the number of observations in data is large and the difference between the greatest and the smallest observations is large,
I
then
didn't ask you to write, isn't it? No? Did you write that? Which one? I didn't ask you. What was the sentence? I didn't say anything to write, isn't it? Did you write any sentence before?
Yes, let me have the definition.
What was it?
if the number of observations in data is large and the difference between the greatest and the smallest observation is large, then we condense the data into classes or groups. Frequency distribution table can be prepared using tally marks.
Yes, yeah. After that you can. Yesterday we have written, not today's. It is yesterday's.
Not today's one. Yeah.
Okay. It is Fridays. Okay. Okay. No, that's no need. Now you write what I said. Type of. Okay. In this type of representation, right? In this type of representation, we can group. We can group. We can group the given values into continuous classes. Into continuous classes. Example 0 to 10, 0 to 5, or we can write 0 to 10, 0 to 100. All these are classes, etc. Continuous classes. Okay. Here in these classes, or in the class 0 to 10, we will take each class one by one, then we will discuss. In the class 0 to 10, 0 is the lower limit. 0 is the lower limit, 10 is the upper limit. 10 is the upper limit. Then the difference between upper limit and lower limit is called class width. Is called class width. Is called class width. So for 0 to 10, class width is 10. Upper limit minus lower limit gives the class width. Upper class limit is 10, lower class limit is 0. The upper limit minus lower limit gives upper limit minus lower limit will give the class width. The groups are known as class interval. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, etc. These groups are known as class interval. Are known as class interval. Class interval or class. Simply we will call it as class. Class. Now take page 73. Page 73. Page 73, you can see try this in blue color. Study the following frequency distribution table and answer the following questions given below. Page 73. Children, you got it, that question?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we will discuss about that. It is a frequency distribution table and it is a continuous frequency.
Can you show the question once more?
Which page? Which one?
Can
Board?
you show the question? Yes,
Board? Board.
Question. Which question?
Question is page 73. Try this first one. Anybody want to see the board? No.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait. Okay. Now page 73. Try this.
Is in the waiting room.
Who?
Ihan.
I admitted him. Okay. Now see that frequency distribution, the class interval. Frequency distribution of daily income of 550 workers in a factory. Daily income of 500. The number of workers are too high. It is 550 workers. Okay, last example we saw there are 60 students, marks of 60 students. Here the daily income of 550 workers of a factory. And that all those income, they are divided into class interval. You can see the class interval. Class interval, daily income in rupees. The class interval represents the daily income. All the daily incomes of these 550 workers, we are grouped into different classes. Okay, the first class is 100 to 125 because maybe 100 will be the least value. Okay, so they are not starting with 0 to 10 or 0 to 100 because between 0 and 100 there is no value. So they are not choosing that class. Okay, 0 to 10 are not choosing because there is no mark, no income less than 100. Okay, so least income may be 100. So they are starting with the 100 to 125. 100 to 125. This is the first class interval. First class interval is 100 to 125. And its frequency. How many workers are getting a salary between 100 to 125? How many workers are? 45. Okay, so frequency means how many workers are getting a salary between 100 to 125. How many workers? 45.
40.
So that frequency indicates 45 indicates there are 45 workers are getting a salary between 100 to 125. Is it clear about the first class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so second class 125 to 150. See, 100 to 125. Then from 125 we are starting the next class. From 125 to we are starting the next class and 125 to 150. So what is the class width they have chosen here? What is the class width they have chosen?
25.
25. The next class is 150 to 175. Then after that 150 to 175, 175 to 200. Last class is 300 to 325. 300 to 325. Okay, and frequencies also given. We have some questions there. Okay, Surja, read the first question. Read first one. What is the
Frequency distribution of daily income of 50 workers of factory?
other side? You can see some questions other side, page 74.
What is the size of class interval?
What is the size here?
Ma'am, 15.
No,
Sorry, 25.
25. So write the answer. The size or class width. Size or class width, both are same. Size or class width is 25. Okay, Jonal, read next one. Jonal.
Which class has the highest frequency?
Check all of you, which class has the highest frequency?
200 to 225.
Okay, 140, isn't it? So the highest frequency is 140 and it corresponds to 200 to 225. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes.
How can we
Yes,
find
ma'am.
maximum frequency? Frequency shows in the second column. That maximum frequency is 140 and that 140 corresponds to the class 200 to 225. So write the answer there. Which class has the highest frequency? Class is 200 to 225. 200 to 225. Okay. Now, Shahan, read next one. Shahan. Shahan.
Class has the lowest frequency.
Which Shahan?
300.
Yes, ma'am.
Read next question.
Which class has the lowest frequency?
Which class has the lowest frequency? Which class it is? Here, 25.
300 to 325.
Which class, Shahan?
300 to 325.
Yes, last class. 300 to 325. 300 to 325 has the least frequency. And what is that least frequency? How much it is? 20. Okay. 20. Okay. Albin, read the next question. Albin. Fourth one. Albin. Fourth question, Albin. Read. What is what is the upper limit of yes, what is the upper limit of 250 to 275? What it is, Albin? Say, what is the upper limit of 250 to 275? What it will be, Albin? Try. Can you hear me, Albin? Where are you? I can't see. Where is he? Why all these videos are off? Faisan, Renan, Aisha, Hiba, Anna Binu, Wasim, Ihan. So you are intentionally switching off your video, isn't it? When I call, you will switch on. Where is to whom I asked the question? Albin. Upper limit of the class interval 250 to 275. Which is the upper limit, Albin? No, Albin. 200 and 1 second. Albin, the interval is 250 to 250 to 275. Here, which is upper limit, Albin? That is the question. Say. Albin, it is 275. 275 is upper limit. This is upper limit. Upper class limit or upper limit. And 250 is lower limit. I don't know whether you have, it's clear to you or not. Albin, is it clear? Hmm? 250. Okay. 250 is lower limit and 275 is upper limit. Okay. Now next one. Effins, next question. Effins.
Yes, ma'am.
Read next question. Fifth one.
Okay. Which two classes have the same frequency?
Which of them? Anyone has same frequency? Which of the classes?
Yes, ma'am, 150 and 175.
Frequency 55. Okay, 55 repeats twice. Isn't it? 55 repeats twice. So the answer is 150 to 175, comma. Next one is 225 to 250. Right? 150 to 175, comma. 225 to 250.
Ma'am, can you say one more thing?
One question is which two classes have the same frequency? So you check the frequency table. Frequencies are 45, 25, 55, 125 and so on. And you can see 55 repeats twice for the class 150 to 175 and 225 to 250, the same frequency, 55. Okay, so there are two classes with the same frequency. Which are they? 150 to 175 and 225 to 250. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next period. Yes.
Ziad is in waiting room.
Nisiada. Okay. Now, next period after the test, we will draw a continuous or grouped frequency distribution. We will construct it. Okay. Okay, children. Shall we wind up?